I got involved in disability because as a young kid I had a speech impediment, which is funny because now I make my living talking. But I was small in size, and I was bullied and made fun of, and I really felt the pain of that, and felt like nobody should feel that. So that sort of led me wanting to do something that would be helpful to others. So I went to college for at first for medicine, and that didn't work out, so psychology, and then I got involved in working with children with what was then called emotional disturbance. I had a chance to go to graduate school up in Syracuse, and got involved in rehabilitation counseling, and just the idea of helping people to have a good life like anybody else became really important to me.
I met Guy Caruso about 20 years ago or more, and at that time my son, Mark Steidel, was a young kid, and I was learning the ropes of advocacy for him. And so there were various meetings around town that I attended, and I would notice that Guy Caruso was always at these meetings. And so over time I started to get to know him, get to know why he was at these meetings as the Western coordinator for the Temple University Institute on Disabilities. And I started to understand his position in the community as a resource for us, and also as a participant, as someone that was joining right in with us for advocacy on all of the issues of Western Pennsylvania.
I was really blessed to be mentored and taught by this guy called Wolfensberger. What a name, huh? But he was a guy who came up with this idea called the principle of normalization, which was a way of really helping people who were devalued to be in the community. And then he felt that wasn't enough, so he changed normalization to social role valorization, which was not only did people need to live in the community, but they needed to be part of the community and have valued roles. So Wolf really influenced me so much, and then he got me a job at an institution in upstate New York where I really saw the horrors of how people with disabilities are treated in this institution, and that was like eye-opening. One night I was holding the hand of a young man who needed some medical services, and he was just calling for his mother in this huge room that smelled like urine with nobody around, and it was just like, that should happen to nobody. So that was sort of the sense of injustice is what got me. But Wolf was really a major influence in my life.
And Guy and I have gone back for years. We first met in 1975 at a normalization conference. I was just a young buck, counselor working at United Cerebral Palsy, and Guy was at Syracuse University studying under Wolfensberger, and we hit it off immediately. Some of the Paisan thing, the Italian thing, but mostly a values connection between what we both cared about. Over the years, our paths just continued to weave together.
My whole career really has been about trying to raise consciousness around the issues that impact people with disabilities, so that others can see how oftentimes they're treated with discrimination and prejudice, not paid for the work that they do. So I've worked hard at trying to raise that message about the harm that is done to people, raise consciousness, and hopefully I've changed a few mindsets and maybe how people have felt about who they are and what their relationship is with people with disabilities. So I think that's been my steady work in the last 50+ years, is to try to be a voice, try to raise people's thinking about devaluation. Because the realities are, as Ed Roberts said, who founded the independent living movement, disability is an equal opportunity club, and any one of us can join at any given day. So what goes around comes around. So I'm trying to get people to think about that.
I think the best way I can think to talk about Guy is that he is a gift to Western Pennsylvania. He brings all of himself to us. He brings his legacy, and through him he brings the legacy of all of us in Pennsylvania and beyond that have been working on disability rights.
I wanted to send my warmest congratulations to Dr. Guy Caruso on his receipt of the Hero Award. I have had the privilege of working with Guy in this space for the last 10 years. And I know that everything that Guy does in his work with the disabled community, he thinks about inclusion first and foremost, in the way that he interacts with people, in the way that he develops and sets up research and evaluation work, in the way that he facilitates groups to have really in-depth and important conversations around inclusion, access, dignity, and respect. He always places disabled people, families, and professionals at the center of the work that he does. Congratulations to you, Guy. This award is well-deserved.
Congratulations, Guy. I want to thank you for everything that you've brought to the Western Pennsylvania community. I want to thank you for everything you've brought to me personally. This award is very much deserved. Congratulations.
The best advice I can say is to really listen to the families and the people with disabilities that you support or serve. You don't need to be the expert. You need to be the collaborator. You need to work with people. And you can only do that if you step in their shoes and try to understand what their life is like. And oftentimes as professionals, we get lost in our profession and we don't listen to the very people that we're there to support. So that would be my advice. Listen, learn, collaborate. You don't need to be the expert. You need to work with.
Years ago, Guy met two different people with intellectual disabilities, one named Bob and one named Peter. And to this day, 50 years on, Guy remains a loyal friend and advocate to both of those men after all these decades. So I would finish by saying that a Guy is that loyalty, whether it's to people with disabilities, to friends he's known since kindergarten, to friends he's known for 50 years, to friends he met 2 months ago. Guy is ever steadfast and ever loyal.
Guy often talks about his father, his dad, who taught him the importance of hard work, the importance of being honest and fair and just. And you know, his dad, much like my dad, you know, they were just sort of blue-collar guys doing their best. And yet Guy has taken, you know, those kinds of principles and just incorporated them into everything he does. So Guy, on behalf of class and in the spirit of your dad, I am just so honored to be able to share some thoughts about our relationship and about your impact in our community. And as you receive this award tonight, I know your dad is just looking down and smiling. You know, that brusque Italian smile, knowing that he did a great job in raising you. So Guy, congratulations again. God bless you in the work that you continue to do. And let's continue to change the world.